Hi, Fred Tittenser with Valley Implement Company in Preston. We're going to talk just a little bit today about cold cranking amps on batteries and kind of what it means. At the end of the day, my whole point is cold cranking amps isn't quite as neat as what it used to be. Back in the day, you could really just identify that and say how well is a battery going to start based on that metric. What's changed now is that people have figured out a way to kind of ramp up cold cranking amps that really doesn't help the longevity of the battery or its true ability to start. So I can tell you what has changed more is that there's a lot of parasitic loss that happens with the battery. So when you have a battery hooked up, when the tractor's shut off, there's still plenty of things working in the background. We could have GPS or other types of instruments that are still running long after the battery's been shut off. And so what you really need to look at in a battery is what they call reserve capacity. Now, reserve capacity has a numbering system, and I'm not going to go into that for this discussion, but there's a simple way to understand reserve capacity, and that's basically to take the weight of a battery. The number of plates inside this battery basically is what allows for a good quality reserve capacity. If you have good reserve capacity, you will not have that parasitic loss. So you can identify how many hours you can go without running this battery down to the point it won't start. So a good reserve capacity is identified as any battery that will just keep you running after you've had your unit turned off for a lot of time with some parasitic loss that could be happening. Now I have 3 batteries here. We're just going to briefly weigh a couple of these. This is a great battery. It's the Case IH Magna Power. It's built by Exide. And if you come over here, you can see that this battery weighs, it comes in at 59.8 pounds, 59.860 pounds. So it has a lot of good plates in it, and the reserve capacity on this one would be wonderful. I've got another battery here. This is an Anera battery. It's a good battery as well. It weighs 60.6. And I don't have a lot of other batteries here from the economy lines to show you, but this is a Group 31 battery, fits in a lot of the industry tractors that you see out there. But I have seen batteries that weigh even 5, 6, or 7 pounds less. And they're advertising the same cold cranking amps, but I can guarantee you the parasitic loss on this would be significant. So absolutely, when you're looking at a Group 31 battery, or any battery for that amount of matter, be sure and ask, how much does this thing weigh? Because it can have a significant